You're in the driver's seat? What? 皆さんこんにちは、カズです。Welcome back to Paranormasight. Thanks for joining me. Let's continue. 続きましょう。Alright. Sayman? The Rite of Resurrection's inception is the inception of this whole affair. Yako and Mio decide to confront the man responsible for spreading rumors of it in the first place, Hideki Araishi. They find him at his frequent stomping grounds, the Kurokikyo Cafe. New location. Let's go. You know, normally you'd be breaking school rules just by stepping a foot in a cafe. I'll be in hot water if you lied about having permission from the police. Remember that. We know. It'll be okay. So, what did you want to ask me? Oh, we're doing this. Where's that sticker? Number 8. Sure? Okay. Is that it? Inside. A cafe. I've never been to one before. How exciting. It's pretty smelly inside because of the cigarette smoke, but... Kurokikyo... Okay. Anything else? Why is it so zoomed in? I guess it's not important. Okay, let's talk to you. About my curse stone. Yako, if you would. Right. We wanted to ask you about this. Oh my, a curse stone. No kami mask. That must mean the fool's possession. You two were at the school last night. Damn, you're of all places? Yako, you're one of them. You're a curse bearer. Please calm down, Mr. Aishi. Your reaction is too intense. It's kind of scaring me. Sorry about that. I'm afraid I got ahead of myself. What is it you wanted to know about your curse stone? What would be the best way to approach this? I guess the first choice. It's just a brilliant teacher like you must know an awful lot about these curse stones. Well, it's true that I'm likely the person most well versed in this matter. You're the only one we can count on, Mr. Aishi. Won't you help us, please? Oh, am I now? In that case, there's no harm hearing what you have to ask. Thank you. Let's see. Why is everything with the Rite of Resurrection Ancestor Mysteries curse stones happening now? Oh, taking an interest in now that you've received one of the curses, have you? You sound like a researcher, starting your questioning with your subject's origins. Mr. Aishi, you're not the one who's triggered a curse, are you? No, I'm afraid I had nothing to do with that. Rather, I wasn't even attempting to do so in the first place. Completing the rite itself has nothing to do with my research. Then, do you know of an ancient Omyodo ritual known as the Feast of Shadows? What is that? Something from the occult? Mr. Kurosuzu, you look like the type to be interested in those things, but it's outside my field of expertise. In that case, why do you think the rite and curses have appeared now? I believe this is the intentional work of someone. It's certainly not something that would happen by accident. Why is it you want to know? Well, he may not tell us anything else if we say that we're trying to stop the curse. We need to make something up. Can he not hear this conversation? Make something up. Well, you see, we just have such intellectual curiosity, and think it could really help your research. I see. Now that you mention it. Seems like you're reluctant to answer. Then how about... ask about research? Ask about his research. Then... What does the record of phase that you've been researching say about the Rite of Resurrection? Oh, I see. That's what you want to know. Allow me to first elucidate you regarding the author of the Record of Fates. A special privilege, I might add, since I have yet to publish this in a paper. Yeah. Okay. The Record of Fates was written 200 years ago, in the latter half of the Edo period. It was written by a skilled but little-known omoji called Seiman Tsuchimikado. This is important stuff. If nothing else, remember this. Seiman Tsuchimikado. I've never heard of him. I'm sure you haven't. He was born into a famed omoji family, but split away to practice forbidden arts in secret. He used whatever name was most convenient for the situation, though his real name barely exists in the records. Or so it is written in the Record of Fate. Huh. As brilliant as Seiman was, he was also an eccentric. He delved into researching the Rite of Resurrection, a legendary forbidden ritual that had never been completed. However, by involving himself with this forbidden ritual, he was expelled from his family and eventually found himself in Honjo and Edo. The Record of Fates are the writings of Seiman recorded on the road to Edo. I see. So he wrote how to perform the rite itself. The Rite of Resurrection makes use of Abe no Seimei's specialty, the Taizan Fuku ritual, a means of communicating with the afterlife. He used soul dregs to relocate the souls of a dead spirit that has been called. Oh wow, I never knew something like that existed. Thus, it is the thought that only ones who can use it are those with the ability to turn human souls into soul dregs in the first place. So the Rite of Resurrection calls for that ritual to be performed in advance. Then, when the soul dregs are gathered and infused with the wish of whoever is performing the ritual, it can be completed. The contents written in the Record of Fates, in there. There's no more? What about the 7 mysteries or the curse stones? There's none written about them in the Record of Fates. The curse stones are separate from the Rite of Resurrection. Their curse is one used to enable one who is unable to form such rituals to be able to use the rite. Huh. That's similar to what Miyo said, actually. Omoji. Okay. Omoji, hidden emoji who work for the common folk. Okay. How are the 7 mysteries related to the rite? Excuse me, Mr. Araishi? What is it, Mr. Kurosuzu? You published a theory before the incident took place. It's said that the Rite of Resurrection and origin of the 7 mysteries of Honjo are related somehow. What proof did you have of that? You really know your stuff. What about that? That was a somewhat sensationalized piece written for occult magazines. Oh, really? It was just nonsense then? Not exactly. Rather, it's not a complete fabrication. There is a basis for it. And that is? Well, I suppose there's no harm telling a couple students so passionate about this topic. Thank you. This is something I discovered from referencing numerous texts unrelated to the Record of Fates. It was just after Seiman arrived in Honjo. There are records of a conflict over a ritual used to resurrect the dead in Honjo. A conflict over resurrecting the dead? I don't know the details. A man enticed the public with claims of a spell that could resurrect the dead, causing a conflict that ended tragically with 9 dead. That is the only remaining reference. 9 people, like 9 curses, fighting over a resurrection ritual. I call this tragedy the Honjo incident, and it has long been a subject of my research. And I suspect this Honjo incident might be the very origin of the 7 mysteries of Honjo. So what you're saying is, the resurrection ritual at the root of the Honjo incident is Seiman's Rite of Resurrection. Yes, that is how the Record of Fates ties everything together. To put it in chronological order, first Seiman brought the Rite of Resurrection to Edo. We can assume that by this point, Seiman was likely using a different name. Then, in Honjo, 9 people fought to the death over this rite, the Honjo incident. After that, the incident was covered up by an interested party, preventing it from being recorded in history fully. Eventually, it was passed down in incomplete pieces, becoming known as the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. That's more or less the course of events. Let's see. Chain events that occurred around a certain resurrection spell became the basis for the 7 mysteries. So that's how they're connected. Then, if I'm getting this right, 7 mysteries were basically required to gather the soul dregs necessary for the rite. And there's more. With this most recent occurrence of the curse, I become even more confident in my theory. You are? Yes, the reason for it being the resentful memories of the 7 mysteries etched into those who received the curse stones. Resentful memories? Yako, if you really are a curse bearer, then when you obtain your curse stone, you would have had a resentful memory imprinted in your mind. Oh, I did. Exactly. Those memories are what happened in the final moments of the 9 who died in the Honjo incident. Broadly speaking, they involve dying while bearing some kind of deep resentment. The 9 victims became the 9 curse echoes, which over time came to be spoken of as the 7 mysteries. Thus, gathering the resentful memories granted by the present curses and connecting them together, it will reveal once and for all what happened during the Honjo incident. Huh? That's why you must tell me about the resentful memory of your fool's possession, Yako. Mio, should I? Yeah, I think it's okay. We need all the information we can get. Tell him about it? We don't get any choice. It's not like we can close out this. Okay, Mr. Aishi, I'll tell you about the memory of the fool's possession. Excellent. So basically, it's about a woman who died falling from a Yakuza tower at a festival. Interesting. It's not that one then. Not that one? What do you mean? Among the 9 victims at the Honjo incident, that is to say, the 9 curse echoes, one of them is Seiman himself. Or so I suspect. Huh? Seiman was one of the victims at the Honjo incident too. Meaning an omochi as powerful as him also became a curse echo. Right. It would make sense that the curse stone tied to a curse echo like that would be special. Is it a one-sided read? The power of a curse stone is different based on the curse echo? Mio. Then maybe with Seiman's curse echo, we could... Yes, we may be able to settle this whole situation. Hey, what are you two whispering about? Oh, nothing. Sorry. About the resentful memories. Mr. Aishi, how many of the resentful memories have you gathered so far? I have learned a number of them. The Evergreen Beach, the Foot Washing Mansion, the Ever-Burning Lantern, now the Fool's Possession makes 4. Of those, the most important are the Foot Washing Mansion and the Evergreen Beach. What are they about? First, the Foot Washing Mansion. An omochi appears distinctly in this one. Really? But not Seiman's, I'm afraid. A female omochi who sought the Rite of Resurrection due to her obsession with her personal appearance. Her legs, which she had always taken pride in, were stricken with corruption after she was defeated by Seiman. Her curse echo is notable for being particularly easy to fulfill the requirements necessary to use the curse. That detective did well to escape this one. So a female omochi and rival of Seiman was involved in the Honjo incident. That certainly is interesting. Next, the Evergreen Beach. This curse echo is from a craftsman of Netsuke carving named Jinkichi who was hanged for spreading baseless rumors. He apparently spoke of something that granted the ability to bring back the dead. The Rite of Resurrection. Precisely, this man Jinkichi must have been in contact with Seiman. If I could just collect all of the memory. everything will be revealed, and the truth of the said mysteries will be mine. That is the knowledge I desire. Meaning you need to gather as much information as you can from these curse bearers. Precisely. I have an agreement to exchange information with those detectives. But they might not even find the other curse bearers, so I must take the measures of my own. What's the trigger for the curse to occur? Another thing. Yes? You never really finished about what the trigger for all of this was. Well, I don't know. Really? You're not hiding something from us, are you? It has something to do with how you obtain the Record of Fates, right? How did you really get a hold of the Record of Fates? To tell you the truth, we're in a race against time. It could be a disaster if we don't hurry. What are you talking about? Someone left a warning that at sundown today, they will use the curse to kill a lot of people. The one who left that message is the culprit behind the Nejima murders from 20 years ago. What? Something so terrible will happen. I won't allow potentially hundreds of people to become victims of a curse. I'll do anything in my power to stop it. Mr. Daishi, please, tell us everything you know. I'm sorry, but I truly don't know anything. Truth is, I was given the Record of Fates by a woman. It's Ayame, isn't it? A woman. It's Ayame, isn't it? Ayame Tono. Well, her voice sounded like a woman's, but I didn't actually see what she looked like. Oh, okay. 1 month ago, while I was investigating at night, I suddenly heard a formless voice. A woman's voice? It said, I entrust you with this ancient manuscript and the Rite of Resurrection held within its pages. Spread rumors of this ritual as far and wide as you can in the coming month. And before I knew it, an old document had fallen down at my feet. 1 month. She specified the time period. I was told if I did that, I could study the manuscript as much as I pleased. I wanted so badly to verify its authenticity, I ended up accepting. I haven't heard anything from the voice since then. It must have had you spread rumors in order to strengthen the power of the curse. To tie together the curse and the desire to seek out the right. This makes it likely that the owner of the voice is the mastermind behind all of this. Hence, I went public with a Record of Fates. Hihaku and occult magazines immediately jumping at the news was a financial boon for me. Huh? Hihaku? As in Hihaku soaps? Right. I mean, no, that's not important. Just some personal business. After that, I waited, trying to predict what would occur in a month's time. That's when the curse began. Those are all the details I have. Is there anything else you know? Very well. I've told you this much. I may as well give you one more thing. Thank you. What might that be? About Seiman's Record of Fates. There is a sort of continuation to it. Another document called the Record of Fates Yin Scroll. A continuation? Actually, a section written in Seiman's own hand was appended to the manuscript. According to which, after the Honjo incident, Seiman lamented such a calamity taking place. He apparently wrote the addendum for the event that the tragedy became his own curse. It seems he had an idea that the victims of the Honjo incident would turn into curse echoes and be used to gather soul dregs. It supposedly details how to handle any trouble that occurs or as a result of the Rite of Resurrection. Really? Hold on a second. Don't you find that strange? What's the matter, Mr. Sakasaki? You think my information is inaccurate? If Seiman died in Honjo incident, then he couldn't have written an addendum. You really don't get it, do you? Huh? Am I wrong? Have you forgotten the ability Seiman possesses? Of course not. He used the Rite of Oh! You're telling me Seiman used it on himself? The Rite of Resurrection can be carried out in advance so that it activates when the soul dregs are gathered together. Then is it not possible that Seiman himself was resurrected by the rite after it all took place? But he still have to collect the soul dregs needed to use the rite. Yes, and that's why they died. The 8 others besides Seiman. What? They died in Honjo incident for the soul dregs? That sounds like it's the same as what's happening now. That's why I need the resentful memories to learn the truth. I get it now. The issue at hand is that the Yin Scroll and the Record of Fates were supposed to have been passed down as a set. When I received the Record of Fates, the Yin Scroll was gone. Only this information was left. Supposedly, Seiman's blood descendants guarded it as they passed it down across generations. It seems that over the long history, the 2 documents became separated and the scroll's location lost as the family line branched. Seiman had descendants, but there's someone out there related to him by blood, even now. Yes, in fact, I've tried to trace the line as far as I could. He wasn't a well-known Omiji to begin with, so a detailed family tree does not exist. Is it Gamildo? That's the only, right? Is that the only person? It seems likely the use of the manuscript has been long forgotten, only being passed down out of tradition. And since they aren't even aware of what they have, tracking it down is quite tricky indeed. I wish I could ask whoever that voice belonged to about the Yin Scroll. I'm sure you do. So basically, in the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll, Seiman himself wrote about ways to handle the curse and the rite, yes? Yes, that's right. I've been searching for it all this time, but haven't found a single lead. So, if you do find out anything about other resentful memories or Yin Scroll, tell me immediately. You owe me that much for telling you all this, do you not? That's the real extent of everything I know. I see. The existence of Yin Scroll is indicated in the postscript. Okay. It is believed to have been inherited by a descendant of Seiman. Yes, I understand. Thank you for your help. If you bring me some useful information, I'll take into consideration for your school grades as well. 1 p.m. We've learned a lot. So, to sum it up, there was a tragic incident with people cursing each other for the Rite of Resurrection in the Edo period as well. And the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll may have info we want, since it details how to stop the rite. I think that's about it. Right. If we could just find a Yin Scroll, we might be able to learn how to settle the situation. But even Mr. Daishi didn't have any leads on where it is. How do we start looking for it? Someone involved in this now must have some connection to it, I think. I have a feeling that Mastermind who awakened the curses is involved too. Right. Yeah, they haven't seen Ayame yet, right? They never met Ayame. I'm thinking it's Ayame, right? About what to do next, about the Mastermind, about the nearby... what to do next? So, Mio, what are we gonna do next? Good question. It may be best to give the information we just learned to Inspector Susumi. We got a pretty big clue from hearing about the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll. Mr. Susumi might know more about it. We go back to the school then. Yeah, that's our point of contact after all. Mastermind. Whoever's behind that voice that gave Mr. Daishi the Record of Fates. That must be the Mastermind, don't you think? Yeah, and he said it sounded like it belonged to a woman. Whoever it is, I bet they're scary. Huh? You don't sound like the Yako I know. Then let's catch them and make them spill their beans. I thought you'd say something like that. Really? I guess I'm just not really feeling that confident right now. I understand. I don't know if it's related to that woman behind the voice, but I'm also interested in the female Omoji who was a rival of Seiman. Nearby area. Oh, that reminds me, Mio. You know what's nearby here, don't you? Hmm? Oh, you mean where Michiyo? Yeah, where it happened. Oh? Where it happened, really? I was going there every day to leave flowers. Even though they always get cleared away anyways. I'm sure it must be hard to have to be reminded of Michiyo's death all the time. Oh, that reminds me. Yako? Yeah? When you asked me to do the spirit board 2 days ago, did you come here that day too? Yeah, I left some flowers before going to school. Why? Did anything seem different that day? What's this all of a sudden? Oh, now that you mention, wait until they find out that Michiyo is still alive, dude. That day, I suddenly felt lightheaded and ended up passing out for a little bit. But I came to right away and felt fine, so I didn't think anything of it. I see. That's all I was wondering about. Thanks. Excuse me, you girls over there? Oh, haven't seen him for a while. What? Oh. Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but something you said caught my attention. And who might you be? I'm Yutaro Namigaki. I should probably tell you. Until yesterday, I was a curse bearer. That should clear things up. A curse bearer? Oh, you don't need to be so scared. I've already given up my curse stone of the foot washing mansion. The foot washing mansion? So you're the one Inspector Susumi was talking about. Ah, you already know the Inspector Susumi. That makes this simple. There's nothing to worry about. Oh, hey. You're in the driver's seat? What? Yako? Yes? Wait, what? Just now was I doing something? Oh my god. Is she? Oh shit. Oh my god. No, it can't be. Is Michiyo? Is that you? Sorry, Mr. Namigaki. What might be the matter? Right. I actually want to discuss something with you too. Would you come with me if you had a little time? I think I see it. I think I see what's going on. Discuss something? With us? You were talking about Michiyo Shiraishi, right? It's related to that. Huh? I'm sure you would learn a few things yourselves. If not now, later is fine. I'll be waiting around Hokuku Bridge. Something rubs me the wrong way about this, but he mentioned Michiyo. What do we do? Go to school first. I think we should go to the inspector first, right? Let's go to the school first. Sorry, but there's something we got to take care of. We'll have to pass. Yeah, what do you need to talk about? Is that so? Well, that's too bad. I'm in a rush, so I'll be waiting at Roku Bridge if you change your minds. Oh, definitely. I'll go there, definitely. You just wait. Oh, man. All right. You know what? I'm in here for today. Wow. So, what is the theory? remember when I chose how, when the storyteller asked me where was Michiyo at 8 a.m. in the morning that day, and I chose Yako's residence? It makes sense now, right? So remember right now when Mio asked Yako what happened to her when she left flowers for Michiyo that night when they did the spirit board thing? She said she fell asleep or something happened. She fainted or something? And then she woke a little bit later, right? So what I'm thinking is Michiyo actually is dead, but now she came back and is possessing Yako, right? I don't know, but that's just a wild guess. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Live life because you're awesome. Subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you in the next one. Mata ne.